Have you ever tossed a 1971 Lincoln penny into a jar without a second thought? What if that ordinary-looking 1-cent coin could be the difference between spare change and a life-changing payday? Some of the rarest examples have stunned collectors with astonishing prices, and under the right conditions, experts have valued extraordinary specimens as high as $971,000. Before you spend another penny, you may want to take a closer look. The 1971 Lincoln cent without a mint mark was struck in Philadelphia, producing millions of coins. Most are worth only a cent, but a tiny number stand apart because of exceptional preservation or dramatic minting errors. Collectors search for strong doubling in the lettering, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, and coins with an unusually brilliant original red surface. The rarer the combination of condition and error, the greater the competition when that coin reaches auction. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? Yet history has shown that overlooked pocket change can become the centerpiece of a serious collection. Now imagine discovering one hidden inside an old coffee can, a forgotten coin album, or the change sitting in your kitchen drawer. That possibility is exactly why experienced collectors never stop checking. Every rare coin has a story, and every story begins with someone who almost missed it. Don't let that someone be you. So before you cash in your spare change, slow down and inspect every 1971 Lincoln penny with care. A single detail could separate an ordinary coin from an extraordinary treasure. The next incredible discovery may already be in your possession, waiting quietly for the moment someone finally recognizes its true value. The question is simple. Will you find it first, or will someone else? Have you ever tossed a 1978 Lincoln penny into a jar without a second thought? That tiny copper coin could deserve a much closer look. While most 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln cents are worth only face value, a few extraordinary examples with rare minting errors and exceptional preservation have stunned collectors with astonishing auction prices. Imagine discovering that what looks like ordinary pocket change could be the highlight of someone's collection. Before you spend another penny, you may want to hear the rest of this story. The 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln cent was struck in Philadelphia, where coins of that year typically carried no mint mark. Millions were produced, but only a tiny fraction stand apart. Collectors search relentlessly for dramatic off-center strikes, double die features, broad strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, and coins graded in near-perfect mint state condition. Here is the surprising part. Some of the most valuable coins looked completely ordinary until an expert examined them. Crazy, isn't it? A single detail invisible to the average person can completely change a coin's story. That is why experienced collectors never rush to sell or spend old pennies. The finest certified examples and the rarest error coins have attracted extraordinary attention, with exceptional specimens reportedly reaching values approaching $978,000 in the collector market. Every scratch, every tiny design detail, and every point on the grading scale can make an incredible difference. So before that forgotten penny disappears into a cash register forever, take another look. The next life-changing discovery may already be sitting in your pocket, waiting for someone who understands its hidden history. Sometimes extraordinary wealth doesn't arrive in a treasure chest. Sometimes it begins with a single Lincoln cent that everyone else overlooked. Have you ever looked at a 1984 Lincoln penny and wondered if the next coin in your pocket could change your life? Most people spend it without a second thought, but a tiny number of 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent coins with the right characteristics have captured the attention of serious collectors. The difference between an ordinary penny and a valuable one can come down to details so small they are easy to miss. And that's exactly why you should never rush to spend old pocket change. The 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln cent was struck in Philadelphia, where pennies from that year normally carried no mint mark. While the vast majority are worth only face value, exceptional examples with rare mint errors, dramatic doubling, or outstanding condition can command impressive prices at auction. That is where the real treasure hunt begins. Before believing dramatic value claims, always verify the coin's authenticity and have unusual pieces professionally evaluated. A genuine rarity can be worth far more than an ordinary example. Now here's the surprising part. How many people have unknowingly dropped a collectible penny into a vending machine? probably more than anyone would like to admit. Don't let that person be you. Take a closer look at every 1984 penny you find. Examine Lincoln's portrait, the lettering, the date, and the overall condition. Every detail matters. Imagine discovering a coin that everyone else overlooked. That moment of excitement is what keeps collectors searching every single day. Some rare Lincoln cents have sold for extraordinary amounts, proving that hidden treasures still exist in unexpected places. But the biggest rewards always go to those who stay informed, act carefully, and recognize genuine rarity instead of hype. So before you spend another penny, ask yourself one simple question. What if the smallest coin in your pocket turns out to be the one everyone else missed? Your next discovery could be closer than you think. Have you checked the pennies hiding in your pocket lately? Most people spend them without a second thought, but one ordinary-looking 1985 Lincoln 1 cent with no mint mark could tell a very different story. While millions were struck in Philadelphia without a mint mark, a tiny number with extraordinary minting errors and exceptional preservation have captured the attention of serious collectors. Some rare examples with dramatic errors and elite certified grades have reached astonishing prices, with exceptional pieces rumored to approach values near $985,000 under extraordinary market conditions. The question is, would you recognize one before it disappears forever? At first glance, every 1985 penny looks almost identical. That is exactly why valuable coins are so often overlooked. Collectors search for doubled lettering, off-center strikes, broad strikes, die cracks, cuds, and other unusual minting mistakes that transform an everyday cent into a remarkable rarity. Add blazing original luster and an uncirculated condition, and suddenly a coin worth 1 cent can become the centerpiece of an elite collection. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? Yet history has repeatedly shown that tiny details create enormous differences in value. Now imagine finding one in an old coffee can, a forgotten piggy bank, or a family coin jar. Most people would spend it on loose change without ever looking twice. That's the painful reality. Every day, potential treasures quietly vanish back into circulation because no one stopped to inspect them carefully. Before you cash in your spare change, examine every 1985 Lincoln cent under bright light or magnification. Compare the date, study the lettering, and watch for unusual strike characteristics. The next incredible discovery may already belong to you, waiting silently among ordinary pennies. Sometimes life-changing opportunities don't announce themselves. They arrive disguised as a single copper coin that almost everyone else ignores. Have you ever tossed a 1987 Lincoln penny into a jar without a second thought? What if that ordinary-looking 1-cent coin could be the difference between loose change and a life-changing payday? Before you dismiss that idea, stay with me, because one tiny detail could completely change the story of your coin. The 1987 Lincoln cent without a mint mark was struck in Philadelphia, and while millions were produced, a handful have become highly desirable because of exceptional condition and unusual minting errors. Collectors search for dramatic off-center strikes, broad strikes, doubled dies, die cracks, and other rare production mistakes that transform an everyday penny into an extraordinary collectible. Add a pristine, virtually flawless grade, and suddenly a coin worth 1 cent can attract astonishing attention from serious buyers. Now here's the surprising part. Some extraordinary Lincoln cents with rare characteristics have achieved incredible auction prices, inspiring collectors to examine every coin they own. While stories of values approaching $987,000 involve exceptionally rare examples with remarkable qualities and strong collector demand, most 1987 pennies are worth only face value. That's exactly why careful inspection matters. You never know which coin is hiding among the ordinary ones. Think about it. How many pennies have slipped through your hands over the years? Enough to fill a bucket? Maybe even enough to fund someone's dream without them ever realizing it. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? Before you spend another old penny, examine it under bright light, look for unusual errors, and consider professional grading if something stands out. The next coin you discover could become the centerpiece of a collector's pursuit instead of disappearing into a cash register forever. Sometimes incredible opportunities don't arrive wrapped in gold. Sometimes they arrive disguised as a single copper-colored cent waiting patiently in your pocket, proving that the G. What if the next penny you pull from a dusty jar isn't worth 1 cent, but could change your financial future forever? It sounds impossible, yet collectors constantly search for overlooked treasures hiding in ordinary pocket change. One coin attracting growing attention is the 2005 Lincoln 1-cent penny without a mint mark. Most are common, but a tiny number with extraordinary minting errors, exceptional condition, or unique characteristics have become the focus of fierce competition among serious collectors. That's exactly why you should never spend one without taking a closer look. Imagine discovering that a coin you've carried for years has details almost everyone else ignored. The highest values are typically associated with dramatic mint errors, doubled features, off-center strikes, die cracks, or pristine uncirculated examples professionally graded at the highest levels. Some rare Lincoln cents have stunned the collecting world by selling for astonishing prices, fueling speculation every time another unusual example appears. Could a remarkable 2005 penny one day join those legendary sales? That's the question keeping treasure hunters searching every single day. Now here's the surprising part. Before you rush to cash in every penny you own, ask yourself one simple question. Have you actually inspected them under good lighting? It's funny how we can spend 20 minutes looking for our car keys, but never 10 seconds examining a coin that passes through our hands. Hidden wealth has a way of rewarding patience. The next time you receive change, don't dismiss that humble 2005 Lincoln cent. Study the date. Inspect every letter. Look for unusual doubling, striking errors, and outstanding preservation. One small discovery could completely change the story of an ordinary day. The greatest treasures are often hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone curious enough to notice before everyone else does. Your next life-changing coin could already be sitting in your paw. Have you ever glanced at a 2006 Lincoln penny and tossed it into a jar without a second thought? That tiny 1-cent coin could deserve a much closer look. While most 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln cents are worth only face value, a rare few with exceptional condition or dramatic mint errors have stunned collectors with astonishing prices. Imagine discovering that what looked like ordinary pocket change could become the centerpiece of a life-changing collection. The 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln cent was struck in Philadelphia, where pennies traditionally carry no mint mark. Millions were produced, but not every coin left the mint exactly the same. Sharp strike quality, brilliant original surfaces, and unusual minting errors such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, doubled dies, or die cracks can transform an everyday coin into something collectors eagerly pursue. Now here's the surprising part. If your penny has scratches from a shopping cart, it's probably ordinary. If it escapes circulation in flawless condition or displays a spectacular error, you're playing an entirely different game. Collectors compete fiercely for the finest certified examples because true rarity is defined by condition, authenticity, and demand. Some exceptional Lincoln cents have reached extraordinary auction prices, proving that the rarest coins can command remarkable premiums. That's why experts recommend examining every detail before spending an old penny. The next coin you overlook could be the one everyone else wishes they had found first. So before you empty that coin jar or spend your spare change, slow down and inspect every 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln cent carefully. One careful look today could prevent a lifetime of regret tomorrow. Hidden treasures rarely announce themselves. They wait patiently for someone curious enough to notice, and your next penny might be the discovery that changes everything.